Hi, welcome back to Fact Lens. We started fighting misinformation with you before the election, we fought it during the election, and now we are fighting misinformation post-election. The social media streets are getting more slippery for false news peddlers because you, our dear viewers, are getting smarter with the tools we give you to cut through the lies. I am Divine Masin Nalwanga with Collins Mulindwa on sign language, and here are the top misinformation stories in this episode. Apparently, the Electoral Commission's own data shows Museveni lost the election. Isn't it the same EC that declared him president-elect a few weeks back? We have a claim about a US Senate post about Uganda's politics. There is a claim about Barbie Kyagulanyi's hospitalization at Zambia. And did a helicopter crash in Entebbe while searching for Bobi Wine? Stick with us and we'll give you the facts. A viral video circulating on X and other platforms claims to show leaked Electoral Commission data proving that President Yoweri Museveni lost the 2026 presidential election and that EC chairperson Justice Simon Byabakama announced results under duress. The video, shared by the account at UGCitizen256, is designed to look like an official Electoral Commission results dashboard, complete with candidate percentages and parliamentary seat allocations. But this claim is misleading. Here is what we found. First, we examined the authenticity of the results format. The Uganda Electoral Commission does not publish or leak results through dashboards on social media. Official results are released only through Electoral Commission press briefings, gazetted documents, and verified Electoral Commission channels. There is no record of precedent of Electoral Commission officials circulating results in the format shown in the viral video. Next, we checked the party affiliation in the video. Several candidates are assigned to political parties they do not belong to. For example, Frank Bulira is listed as DP, yet he belongs to the RPP. Robert Kyagulanyi is shown as UPC instead of NPP. Mubarak Munyagwa is labeled as PPP instead of CMP. These are basic factual errors that could never appear in an authentic Electoral Commission data set. We then looked at the claim that the Democratic Party fielded a presidential candidate. The video names Frank Bulira as the DP flag bearer. This is false. The Democratic Party did not nominate anyone for president in the 2026 elections. Any dashboard showing otherwise is fabricated. We also reviewed how candidates were classified. Joseph Mabidizi is listed as an independent, but EC records show he was nominated as the Conservative Party's official candidate on September 23rd, 2025. Again, a clear sign of manipulation. After that, we assessed the parliamentary numbers. The video claims 526 members of parliament participated, but Uganda had 529 MPs expected. It also shows NRM and NUP as though they are the only parties with MPs, ignoring independent and other political parties. The regional seat allocations are equally implausible and inconsistent with Uganda's multi-party structure. The Electoral Commission does not publish parliamentary data like these as part of presidential results reporting. Finally, we checked a claim of a verified Electoral Commission source. There is no name, no position, no supporting documents, no Electoral Commission confirmation. Anonymous insider claims without evidence are a common misinformation tactic and do not constitute verification. So what's the verdict? This claim is misleading. The viral video contains multiple inconsistencies, wrong party affiliations, incorrect candidate classifications, false claims about DP participation, and implausible parliamentary figures. Nothing in the video aligns with the Electoral Commission's reporting methods. It is not authentic EC material. Here is what to watch out for. Be skeptical of leaked dashboards that appear only on social media. Check if party affiliations match official nomination lists. Treat anonymous insider claims with caution. Look for numbers that do not add up. Verify whether the format matches genuine between EC communication. A post circulating on X published by Extra Africa Media Group at XTR_Africa claims that the United States says the Trump administration and the U.S. State Department must use all available tools, including a review of U.S. security assistance, to hold individuals in Uganda accountable for undermining democratic principles. The post is presented as breaking news and is accompanied by images of the U.S. President Donald Trump and President Yoweri Museveni. By framing the remark as a declaration by the United States, the post creates an impression that this is an official U.S. government policy directive towards Uganda. But this claim is misleading. Here is what we found. First, we verified the origin of the statement. The wording in the viral post comes from a press release issued by Democratic members of the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee, specifically Senator Janae Shaheen and Senator Cory Booker. The statement was also shared on X by the Senate Foreign Relations Committee Democrats at SFRC Dems. The statement is authentic, but it represents a legislative opinion, not a U.S. government decision. Next, we assessed the authority of the individuals involved. Under the U.S. constitutional system, foreign policy authority rests with the executive branch, the president, and agencies such as the U.S. State Department. Senators can issue statements, hold hearings, and apply political pressure, but they cannot unilaterally set or announce government policy, impose sanctions, or order reviews of security assistance. There is no record of the Trump administration or the U.S. State Department endorsing or adopting the senator's recommendation. We then examined how the viral post framed the statement by declaring that the United States says the post incorrectly elevates a partisan congressional statement into an official government position. This creates several false impressions, including that the U.S. government has already agreed on a unified stance, that a review on security assistance has already been triggered, or that a punitive action against Ugandan officials has been formally initiated. No evidence supports any of these implications. After that, we reviewed official communication channels. A search of U.S. State Department briefings, White House statements, and other executive announcements reveals no confirmation that the senator's remarks were adopted as policy. The statement remains a call for action, not proof that action was taken. The viral post misattributes a statement by two U.S. senators to the entire U.S. government, overstating its authority and creating a false impression of official foreign policy action. Nothing in the post aligns with how the U.S. government communicates or formulates foreign policy. This is not an official U.S. government directive. Here is what to watch out for. Be cautious of posts that describe statements by lawmakers as national policy. Verify whether claims attributed to a country come from the government or from individuals. Check for confirmation from executive agencies such as the State Department. Watch for political imagery used to imply authority without evidence. Be alert when recommendations are framed as decisions or action already taken. A post circulating on X claims that Barbie Kyagulanyi, the wife of opposition leader Robert Kyagulanyi's centre-man Bobi Wine, requested Zambia Hospital to place her on medical monitors and apply bandages similar to those used on her husband during his 2025 hospitalization, but that the hospital allegedly refused. The post, shared on January 25, 2026, the same day Barbie Kyagulanyi reported being attacked by armed men at her home, presents the claim as insider information from within the hospital. It seeks to suggest mistreatment or differential handling by medical staff during politically sensitive moments. But this claim is unverified. Here is what we found. First, we reviewed Barbie Kyagulanyi's public statement. We examined interview clips and medical appearances after her admission to Nsambya Hospital. Across these appearances, she does not state or imply that she requested to be placed on medical monitors or bandages, nor does she suggest that hospital staff denied her any care. Next, we checked coverage by credible media outlets. Outlets including Entebbe and BBS reported the attack and her hospitalization. None reported that she was in critical condition requiring monitoring, that she requested special medical equipment or bandaging, that Nsambya Hospital refused her care. The absence of such details in professional reporting weakens the credibility of the viral claim. We then compared the incident with Bobi Wine's 2025 hospitalization. The claim attempts to draw a parallel with his treatment at Nsambya Hospital. However, the circumstances and medical conditions differ, and there is no evidence that Barbie Kyagulanyi sought or required the same form of treatment. Finally, we assessed the credibility of the source. The X account that posted the claim has been flagged for sharing misleading information and hate speech. While this alone does not disprove the claim, it raises further concerns about reliability, especially in the absence of corroborating evidence. There is no evidence that Barbie Kyagulanyi requested medical monitors or bandages, nor that the hospital refused such a request. Neither her public statements nor credible media reports confirm the allegation. Here is what to watch out for. Be cautious of medical claims that lack direct confirmation from the individual involved. Verify whether credible media report the allegation. Be wary of claims based on unnamed hospital actions. Avoid assuming similar treatment applies across different cases. Check the reliability of accounts sharing sensitive reports, especially during breaking news events. A viral post on X claimed that a police helicopter crashed into an incomplete building in Entebbe while searching for Robert Kyagulanyi Sensational Bobi Wine, leader of the National Unity Platform. The post, shared on January 25, 2026, indicates a short video showing flames burning inside an unfinished structure with background noises in Uganda, describing a plane crash. The clip is framed to suggest an aviation incident linked to security operations. But this claim is unverified. Here is what we found. First, we examined the video. A Google reverse search traced the 30-second clip to multiple sources. While the footage shows fire inside an unfinished building, there is no visible helicopter, aircraft wreckage, tail markings, or identifiable police aviation equipment. Next, we checked for official and media reports. Searches of helicopter crash in Entebbe 2026 returned to no credible local or international news linking to a crash. The only related incidents referenced the 2021 UPDF helicopter crash, which is unrelated and predates the viral claim. We then looked for confirmation from authorities. No statements or alerts were issued by the Uganda Police Force, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, Uganda People's Defense Forces, or credible media outlets. Aircraft crashes in high-profile locations are usually reported quickly, and the absence of such reporting strongly undermines the claim. We then assessed the context of the video. The clip shows fire inside an unfinished building, but provides no evidence linking it to a helicopter, police aviation, or a search for Kyagulanyi. The visual content alone does not support the conclusion drawn in the viral post. This claim is unverified. There is no credible evidence that a police helicopter crashed in Entebbe while searching for Robert Kyagulanyi. The video does not show a helicopter or wreckage, and no authorities or credible media have reported such an incident. Here is what you need to watch out for. Be cautious of viral crash claims without official confirmation. Check whether credible media or authorities report the incident. Verify whether videos are recycled from past events. Question claims tied to unnamed or unverified security operations. Avoid drawing conclusions from background narrations only. A post circulating on X claims that opposition leader Robert Kyagulanyi, popularly known as Bobi Wine, fled Uganda and is currently in London following the 2026 general elections. The post, shared on January 22nd, 2026, presents the claim as a statement of fact and includes a manipulated image purportedly showing Kyagulanyi abroad. The claim gained traction while Kyagulanyi was reportedly in hiding after a raid on his home in Magere, intensifying public speculation about his safety and movements. But this claim is unverified. Here is what we found. First, we reviewed Kyagulanyi's verified public communications. On January 24th, 2026, he shared a video update with supporters from a rural location within Uganda. On January 26th, 2026, he posted another video clearly stating that he was in Gomba district at his ancestral home. These statements contradict the claim that he was in London at the time. Next, we examined the image used in the viral post. Visual analysis shows Kyagulanyi's head was digitally superimposed onto another person's body. The background lacks identifiable London landmarks or contextual markers. Metadata from video cues provide no support for the claim. The image appears manipulated to reinforce a narrative. We then checked credible media and archival sources. Keyword searches and media reviews confirmed that Kyagulanyi's last documented visit to London was September 6th, 2025, unrelated to the post-election period. No credible news outlet, diplomatic sources, or Kyagulanyi's office reported travel to or presence in London in January 2026. Finally, we evaluated evidentiary gaps. The viral post provides no travel records, geolocated images, verified statements, or independent confirmation. Without such evidence, the claim remains speculative. Kyagulanyi's own public statements show he was in Uganda during the period in question. The viral post relies on manipulated imagery and lacks any independent verification. Here is what to watch out for. Be cautious of claims about political figures fleeing without proof. Identify location claims through primary sources and verified social media accounts. Be alert of manipulated images used to imply presence or activity. Check whether credible media corroborates such reports. Treat unsubstantiated claims as speculative, especially during periods of political tension. That was all we had time for in Fact Lens this week. In heated post-election periods, fabricated data can quickly spread and damage public trust. Always take a moment to verify before sharing. Send us your feedback online on our social media platforms. Links to our handles are in the description. I am Divine Masi Nalwanga with Collins Mulindwa on sign language. And as always, stay curious and question everything. See you next time. Bye-bye.